About 3 years ago, we rode the Ziro S, and it was a pretty nifty bike, but not the sort of one that does this to you.
What? I almost screamed like a girl the moment I let it out.
A lot's changed in 3 years. This is the 2014 Ziro SR. Yes, R for racy. And you better believe this young battery-powered lady can hike up her skirts and boogie. How's this for the pace of progress? Compared to the 2011 model, it has 3.2 times more battery, almost 4 times the range, just under 2.7 times the power, 2.4 times the torque, and a 50% higher top speed. What you're now looking at is an electric roadster that feels about as small and flickable as a 250, but accelerates like a 600. The SR in sports mode just jumps out in front of traffic like a really shitty guide dog, and full throttle will get you to 100 k's an hour in just over 3 seconds if you can keep the back tyre from spinning up. For commuting, range is just not an issue anymore. My 25k trip to work drained less than 10% of the battery, and I was flogging it harder than a teenager whose parents have gone down the shops. It goes about as far on a charge as most sports bikes get on a full tank, but instead of $25 worth of fuel, you're using somewhere between $1 and $3 worth of electricity, depending on the time of day, or filling it up for free if you're plugging it in at someone else's place. 220 k's still isn't really enough for touring, but if that's what you want to do, I've got a special long-range touring solution just for you. The SR needs no servicing beyond tyres and brake pads. There's no oil changes or valve clearances or head gaskets or stones poking holes in the radiator, and there's also no emissions, which is great for the planet and all that, and the greenies will love it, but it also means those ever-tightening EPA and Euro emission standards have exactly zero impact on how your bike will perform. Petrol bikes are getting strangled by catalytic converters. Leaned off idles are making throttles snatchier than the hidden folders on your dad's laptop, and it's only going to get worse. Electric bike developers have nobody looking over their shoulder. They can put power everywhere, and you can have whatever power curve you want to program in. The SR steers and handles great. It accelerates hard, harder than you're expecting, and it feels so completely effortless that you go to full throttle all the time with no tinge of guilt or mechanical sympathy. You can program the performance and regen braking of Eco mode through an iPhone app, and Ziro is so confident that you've got power to spare that it's even chucked in heated hand grips and a cigarette lighter socket. This is the first electric veggie burger that I've ridden that can really tickle the taste buds of a hairy-chested meat eater. Just ask 2012 British National Natural Beard Styled Mustache Champion Matt Brown.
This is a fucking hoop. We're gonna have some fun on this. Take it around once more. I just gassed it, like I went to the throttle stop and it just spun up and the back just started hailing everywhere. Hell.
Going electric is still super expensive. The SR costs a touch over 25 grand in Australia or 17 grand in the US. But the battery is now set to go 500,000 frickin' kilometres before its range drops to 80%. I don't know about you guys, but I typically park my bikes up trees or off cliffs long before that sort of mileage. This bike made me really question exactly what it is I love about motorcycles, because it strips so many things away that I thought were absolutely integral. The noise of an engine screaming its tits off, the smell, the vibrations that make a piece of metal feel like it's alive, the intimate understanding of your machine that you can only get once you've spent fucking ages fixing it in the shed. The Ziro has none of them, and yet I absolutely loved it. So I guess for me, it must be the white lines, the acceleration, the speed. It's playing in traffic in the absolute confidence that my ride shits on your puny sports car from a great height. It's It's the purity of nailing a set of corners or punching holes in a constantly moving, evolving array of traffic. It's the danger and the opportunity. It's the ride. And I'm here to tell you, the Ziro SR has got it in spades. It's a great bike if you want to save the planet, but it's also awesome fun if you think the planet's just there for your own amusement.